Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you very much for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. We're taking another look here once more at Bitcoin. Big surprise, seeing what's going on with the big boy here. And we've seen a decent amount of volume and increase in value here in the last 24 hours. So we'll talk about that as well as some back-end data here with high block capital, with liquidation levels, and of course heat map positions. But just generally, what does this all mean, right? So if you're new to the channel, I love teaching people to trade. Hope you can learn something here today. Just know I'm not a financial advisor, but I have been trading for about 18 years now and I've learned a few things over the years. And if you want to become, again, better trader, cryptocash.tech is the site. We have a discount running currently for our indicator. Message me for directions there, and also keep in mind too, we're running a promotion as well with our partner here over at Bybit. They are offering a pretty healthy airdrop if you were to use this link to register. So go ahead and use this link there. Make sure that you check that out. So taking a look here at Bitcoin, it's fairly straightforward here in the sense that we are still ascending for the most part, but we're also on the Elliot wave. We're also kind of on this top end scale where we should probably start to scale down. It would make a lot more sense for that to happen, but again, anything can happen because right now it does look like there's not a lot of resistance for the moment with the price action pushing up. So try not to be fooled too hard into buying on the top here, but once again, we'll see what that looks like. So let's take a quick peek over here at high block capital, kind of see what's going on with the overall sense of things here. So obviously we have a low amount of liquidations in the last week. Not a lot is going on there. Okay, we've got a higher amount of asks than bids, which kind of just tells us that a lot more people are anticipating a short position at this higher range of 28,000, and we have open interest coming up with the price coming up. So typically those are good things there. When you have open interest and the price increasing, then naturally the price will continue in that direction. Keep in mind we have a lot of selling pressure in that range here, so let's talk about that. We take a look, of course, at the liquidation heat map here. We can kind of see here the most amount of liquidations to the upside is coming at 28,900. Okay, so that being said, 28,900 down to 27.5, that's the range that we're stuck in. This is the last 1 week's worth of trading data. Okay, so again, it doesn't necessarily mean the price won't pass that level. It just implies that there's a lot of selling pressure when it gets there. Okay. So that's a good sign there for the shorts. Now for the longs, you can see that more shorts are getting liquidated here, so that's more positive in the most recent time frame, roughly the last 24 hours. So while the last 24 hours is strong, I think the bigger picture is that there's a strong resistance at 29K, and the price should essentially come back down, but once again, we will see here soon. Taking a look, of course, at the heat map over here as well. Very last thing is open interest. We have the most amount of open interest at 28,400 in the most recent 12 hours. Okay, so it really just tells us there's probably a lot more longs than shorts at this point, hedging their short positions and essentially moving their way on up. Okay, so that's kind of where we're at there. Let's go ahead and take a quick peek here at the charts, kind of see what's going on. As we can see, since the start of this video, we can see Bitcoin's increased by about $200. Really just kind of showing us that it does want to converge on the daily, but it hasn't happened yet. So keep that in mind. We are also coming up closer to 70 on the RSI, which has worked previously as a strong resistance zone as well. So all those things combined together, it's still fairly neutral in the sense of the fact that the price action could continue higher, but it'll probably likely get rejected at this level. But once again, keep this in mind. The more often you test a resistance level, the more likely it is to break. In the last, 24 days, we've seen that test 5 times at this level. Okay, so we're just testing it right now. We will see if it breaks. If this candlestick cannot close above this Fibonacci retracement level here, about 28,500, then I feel like we're going to be more likely to come back down. Again, we are establishing higher lows and higher highs, so that is important for the moment, but a lot of other mitigating factors. So let's talk about that. On the 4-hour time frame, this is something that has me fairly concerned. Is just the fact that we have Elliot wave in the sense that the price action is looking like it wants to come back. So let's go ahead and zoom out a little bit here and kind of see where this came from, because the Elliot wave is nice because it kind of shows us, it goes high, low, high, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which we can see noted here. We got our starting point, bottom point, higher high, lower high, and then higher high. Typically, when you hit that point, there's going to be a retracement of A, B, C. And we can see here, we got the A with the low, the lower low, and then we got the lower high here for the B. Okay, we're basically creating that right now. So hypothetically, if Elliott wave were to continue to push this, it would push its way back down somewhere in the range of the 1.618 level to about 25,500. Now again, I sent out a tweet yesterday regarding this and the fact that the daily also has a very similar timestamp where basically it tells us that it wants to come back down to the 24.5 to the 26,000 mark. Okay, that's that most recent support level with the most recent highs. So it makes sense for it to retrace that level. Now, is that guaranteed to happen? No, but this absolutely is coming to full fruition here, and we can see all these patterns are essentially coming through. So just something to pay attention to. Obviously, this push here right now is very strong, but we've had that previously in the past. It gets rejected this level, so we will see here very soon what happens. That being said, moving on to the 1 hour, we can go ahead and see here as well on the 1 hour that we've got a lot of volume coming through here. Really strong push to 28.9, 20, oh, keep going, keep going. And then we can obviously see too as well that, with TD sequential, there's no overextension just yet. This could very well continue higher, but a nice strong push there nonetheless for the moment. Now, when it comes to Ichimoku cloud, we can see that the price action is above the cloud. Some positive stuff here in the sense that this could very well continue. I wouldn't recommend buying in right now at the top, but it does look like it wants to continue to push a little bit further. So all in all, looking pretty decent here for Bitcoin. This little push is kind of surprising, but once again, absolutely makes sense considering the circumstances there. Not a lot of selling pressure just yet, but you got to keep in mind 28.9 is a strong resistance so far, but we'll see if it holds. The last thing we want to take a look at here would be CC Gold, and we can see that we have some sell signals here kind of telling us that we are definitely overextended. We had some buy signal here as well to go ahead and take a small amount of position profit, and then obviously here as well. So looking pretty good here for Bitcoin. All in all, I think it'd be best to wait on the sidelines for it to cool down. I wouldn't recommend shorting the top, but it would make sense to short sometime soon here. Hopefully that makes sense. I look forward to working with you. Thanks again so much for your time. We'll see you in the next one.